Are recording. Stop the intense swearing that is obviously going on in this classroom, guys. All right, 919 and 920. Okay, so we didn't take a video yesterday, but here is what we've done so far. We said that a reflexive property means the same thing on both sides, that they're equal to each other. And then the symmetric property means that you can flip the order of your expressions on either side of the equal sign. I'm going to draw a line after every single one, and so should you. I'm definitely giving prizes for this stuff today. Something I would like to remind you is that if you're remembering, I am the type of teacher who is going to let you use your notes on a test. And I don't know about you, but I never, ever remember any of these. When it comes to the actual, I mean, I can do the math, obviously, and understand the properties, but I don't necessarily remember what the properties are called. So if you're like me, then you're going to need to have this as a reference sheet. That's the point of notes, is to go back and refer to them if you need them. Okay, so let's start with the next one, which is called the transitive property. Okay, so the transitive property says this. This one's hard to come up with an example of. Let's see. If 8 plus 2 equals 10, and 5 plus 5 equals 10, then 8 plus 2 equals 5 plus 5. Okay. Can anybody think of a math way to write what I just did? Hands up if you're interested. You can only win one time in this, but if you've already won for the warm-up, you can win again right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, perfect diagonal. I love it. You guys planned that out before you came to class today? You were like, diagonals, we're going to raise it, okay? 1.
Okay. A plus B equals C.
Mm-hmm.
And D plus E equals C.
Right. The hard part is we don't want to get too many letters going. Can you train it like this? Do you remember how I said that this was like A and this whole side was B?
So A equals B.
Okay, so if A equals B,
Then C equals B.
and
C equals B.
so if this was A, that was A, right?
Yep.
And this one was B.
Yep.
This is new, so we're going to call that one
C.
C. So then C equals
B.
B again.
So then A is equal to C.
Good. Nice job. Get a prize. Well done. So if A equals B and C equals B, then we know that A equals C. That's kind of like replacing things, right? If you know that things equal other things, you can replace them. All right, additive identity. This one I'm going to, yeah. Additive identity. Okay, so what could I add? The question is, what could I add to a number to keep it to be the exact same number?
0.
Hands up. All right, well, we're not doing a prize for this one. You ruined it. Can you believe that you just got so good at this? I'm so disappointed in you. All right, if you can do the whole thing, I'll still give you a prize. Give me an example.
10 plus 0.
10 plus 0 still equals 0. Okay?
Wait, what is 10?
But, yeah. I wrote 10, said 0, my bad. Okay, say it again. Now we want the math version of it. How do we generalize that?
A plus B equals A.
It's not A plus B equals A, because this is a really specific, like one of these is a really specific number that has to be that number. Which one is really specific, 10 or 0?
0.
0 has to be 0, right? Because you can't add 8 to something and have it stay the same, it has to be 0. So, say it again.
10 plus 0 equals 0.
10 plus 0 equals 10, we know that one. But now we're going to generalize it, but you need to keep the 0, because the 0 is important. So,
A plus 0 equals 0.
good. A plus 0 equals A. So if you add 0 to anything, you get the same thing. That one's not too bad, right? So far are we all like, yeah, we knew all these rules. But I'm guessing what you didn't know is what they were called, right? That's why we have this sheet. Go get a prize. All right, next up, additive inverse. This question is, what can I add to a number to get it to 0? What can I add to a number to get it to 0? Think about it. Like if I had 100, what could I add to 100 to get to 0? 100 plus something equals 0. Think about it. Raise your hand when you're ready. Remember, you cannot win twice in this part. Stop raising your hand. Stop trying to win all the time. You're not doing it, Spencer?
No.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1.
100 plus negative 100.
Good. Okay. So can you generalize this? You can do it. Let's say X.
Camden Burglar to the front office, please. Camden Burglar to the front office. Thank you.
Instead of 100, I'm going to write X.
X plus minus X.
Good. Negative X. What, does it have to be X still, or could it be Y? Like, could it be a different number?
No, it's gotta be
It has to be X, right? Because if I said what's 100 plus negative 80, that's not guaranteed to be 0. It has to be the exact same number, 1 positive, 1 negative, equals 0. Go get a prize. What did you go with? Did you get another animal?
No.
You did a sticker?
Oh, rocket ship.
You got a rocket ship? Stop. What did you get? Oh, you went with an owner sign? Nice. Conservative, very nice. All right, how are we feeling about this so far? Are we going through it fast? You good?
Yes.
Next up, all right, now remember the additive identity was something we added to keep it the same. What do you think the multiplicative, that's a hard word to say. Everybody listen to me carefully. Multiplicative. Try to say it.
Multiplicative.
Ooh, that wasn't bad at all. The multiplicative identity property, we're trying to figure out something that we can multiply to keep it the same number. Something we're multiplying to keep it the same number. Hands up, hands up, hands up. Hands up, yep, can't win again. Stop being so smart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1.
So, should I do the...
I have not been lying. Look. 1, 1, 1. It happens sometimes.
Should I do generalized or example?
Both.
first? So,
You pick.
For the example, you could put 100 times 1 equals 100.
Nice.
Or x times 1 equals x.
Perfect. Go get a prize. I love it. Okay, multiplicative property of 0. What do we think that's going to be? What do we think the multiplicative property of 0 is? Everybody say multiplicative.
Multiplicative.
Now try to say it as fast as you can. Very nice. Multiplicative. Not to brag, that seems a little multiplicative. Okay, hands up, hands up, hands up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
If it's 1.
No? Okay. 3.
Yes. So 1 times 0 equals 0.
Agreed. Anytime you multiply by 0, you get 0?
And then x times 0 equals 0.
Good. Does everybody understand? This is a hard thing to understand in math properties. This is something that's generalized that you're going to have to remember. Look up. Why does 0 not get a letter?